Greetings, dear awakening ones. Roses to you, Buddhas, Christs, Krishnas, saints, wise and compassionate ones in the making. We had many roses in our garden right now, and the last couple of weeks, offering their beauty with fragrance, with intricate flower petals growing out of at times thin stems with a lot of sharp needles. So this beauty, this wonder of life is present within this little thorny stalk, within its roots. When we got this little piece of land and cabin a couple of months ago, it was just that. We didn't see any flowers yet. It's a kind of rose. What might it be? We didn't know. But the rose knew. And when there's enough water, enough warmth, enough sunlight, it springs out to its full potential. And it kind of blends into the plants around as well. It's one pink rose that given a lot of fragrant flowers, big flower blossom. And it grows along a hedge. And one branch snuck through the hedge and a couple of feet away from the main plant and blossoms through the hedge. So this is what we can do in times of change, times of awakening, collective change, to offer that fragrance, that beauty in the midst of everyday society, everyday life. If we remember what is our potential, what is our nature, and with that we can help spark others. Okay. Even the hedge is blooming now. Maybe the rose help lead the way. So can we come in contact with this awakened nature in us? The potential for wisdom and compassion. And do we have ways to cultivate it day by day? Ways to let go of our limitations and drop into this pool, this source, this well of wisdom and compassion that is within us, that is accessible right now. So in a sense, we don't need anything else. We're already awakened. And yet, there seem to be obstacles that hinders, that obstructs our path. This morning, as I was drinking tea, I was thinking of the teaching to be given to the sick. It's a wonderful teaching and practice that we can use as a remedy for this. We're all sick in a way when we're afflicted, when we're caught in limitations. We're sick in a way. So to recognize, this pain in my body is not me, is not mine. I'm not confined to this pain in the body. It doesn't mean that we dishonor, disassociate from, but we observe it from a freer place. We can be with the pain in our body, for example, or the anger in our mind, or the narrow view, something that is restricting and limiting our experience of life in this present moment. Maybe is the news, the conditions of the world. But there's many conditions of the world, so this is also helping us to tap into what is my reality. Can I choose my reality? Can I step into paradise? Can I step into the kingdom of God, the Pure Land of the Buddha? That Thai has reminded us is available all the time. So are we available? Sometimes we feel something needs to be shifted before we can tap into this rose nature, this lotus within of wisdom and compassion. I have to get rid of the pain. I have to not have anger in me anymore. But with this practice, I observe, I feel the anger in me. I know I'm not limited. I'm not confined to this anger. Anger is not the only thing present. It's like looking at the sky on a cloudy day. We might just see the clouds. We might just see what kind of obstructs the clarity of the sky. Or we might be able to also have a peripheral vision and zoom out and see, the sky is still there. The sun's shining. Even after we say it's setting, it's still shining, just on a different part of the world, just a different angle. So depending on our perspective, how we see, how we allow ourselves to see, to experience, life becomes so much more magical, so much more beautiful, and we come a little bit closer to our awakened nature. Like listening to sounds, being in a more city environment, sometimes construction sound, there's cars, there's some loud voice. And at times I focus in on those, but I can also focus out and hear the silence that envelops them all. My perspective changes. It seems like the Pure Land can be available even when there's construction going on just a block from here. So what is it that is limiting us? What are our views, our perceptions, our thoughts, our feelings that seem to confine us, that seem to trap us in an idea of this is me, this is mine? It's a very potent practice. I experience it, but I don't identify with it and confine myself to it. So last night there's a lot of sadness and discouragement coming up. Wow, I feel so heavy. Oy, oy, oy. And first I just stayed inside with it and it's like, oh, wow. And then I just stepped outside, walking barefoot around and just, okay, I feel sad and discouraged, but just through being in nature, coming in contact with my steps and my breath, I also knew that wasn't my whole experience. Honoring the feeling, knowing that it might be able to tell me a story, help me to have a deeper insight, but also just allowing it to, okay, I'm not confined to this. And not fix on it in a way that I think is permanent, is me, is mine, then we think it's gonna last forever. And it doesn't. So after 5-10 minutes walking around the garden, I thought, okay, I don't feel sad anymore. I don't feel discouraged. And out of that also came like realizing that is feeling a bit of a vacuum at times. How do I express myself? How do I come in contact with people that share my reality, my direction in life? Okay. So I'm very happy I can share that with Emma. I'm very happy that on Thursday and Friday I'm going to talk to good friends that I share that with. And I'll start Friday teachings and meditations called 5 Fantastic Fridays. They'll be in Swedish on the topic of the 5 powers. So just that nearing and remembering and preparing my mind for that. It also shows the light out of the sadness, the discouragement. Helps to open up from the limitations And so this teaching to be given to the sick, we can go through our six senses, our contacts with the six senses, the objects of our senses, our body, our mind, through the five skandhas of feelings, perceptions, mental formations, and consciousness. This thought is not me, is not mine. I'm not limited to this thought. This view. I'm not limited and confined to this. And what I notice when I can tap into this, then I can be with others that maybe have a different view. I can be clear that this is my view and I feel it's important, and I can be open for others' views without having to react, because there's no idea that a fixed self that holding on to this view as me, as mine, that I have to like prove it to others for able to keep this sense of self. And so it's really a practice of equanimity, of inclusion, and not a nihilistic, this is not me, this is not mine. No, we take good care of things as they come up, our body, our feelings, our perception, asking, am I sure about this? I remember a while ago I was looking for something, and normally I have pretty well arranged my things, so I thought I couldn't find it, so someone must have took it. Someone must have taken it or moved it somewhere. And then there was a good friend in the office, and he said, oh, it's probably where you left it. So this was this question, am I sure that someone took it or borrowed it or whatever? And the day after, I found it where I left it, but it wasn't where I would usually leave it. So, okay, this too is possible. So not being confined to our idea, our thought, it helps open us up. It helps make freedom possible. But we have to acknowledge, I'm thinking like this. If not, I would have gone to my brothers and said, where is this? I left this there. Have you seen it? Have you done anything with it? I start having suspicion about others maybe taking it or using it and putting it somewhere else. You can create all kinds of, can become a whole story, a whole novel out of this, right? And we have this all the time. These perceptions that come through us. But it's not me, it's not mine, I'm not limited to this. And I am responsible for it. Yeah? I want to act in a way that is helpful. And mental formations are states of mind coming up. I'm recognized there's discouragement in me. Now allow myself to be with it, but I'll also allow myself to open up that maybe I'm not bound to this. Maybe it's not my whole experience, which also helps to understand the causes behind. So this body is not me, it's not mine. I'm not confined and limited to this body. This body is amazing, right? I'm not limited to vitiligo, the pigment shifting in my skin, but it's there, right? I don't ignore it, I don't pretend it's not there, and I don't allow myself to be identified with it, to be limited to it. So we might limit ourselves to our family, a group of people, to humans, to being on Earth. And it's still, I'm not confined to living on Earth. There's cosmic energies affecting us, there's planets and the sun and the moon affecting us in this moment. I'm not limited to this planet. It's not self-sustaining. And it's a wonderful living organism with all kinds of life and organisms on it that I want to care for. I want to cherish and protect. And I'm not limited to this body, these human feelings. And so finding moments to have a peripheral vision, to see the sun, experience the sky even when it's cloudy, experiencing the sun even when it's nighttime, to listen between the sounds, not getting pulled in by a sound with our reactions or our relationship to it, whether we like it or we don't like it. It's easy to draw us in, to define us, to limit us. How can we listen, to hear, and to have the peripheral hearing of the sounds and the silence around them? I'm enjoying listening to the rain that starts falling again now. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it's a great opportunity to practice right away. So I had this inspiration to share. I don't know exactly how expressions will happen in English. I have an idea for an online workshop coming up, and I'm still have the intention, together with my good friend Rodolfo, to do some conversations and some webinars in English. But conditions are not yet sufficient, so we'll see. But please know I'm here, I'm well, and I know you are there, and I'm very happy. And may we together come in contact with our awakened nature, for the rose to blossom, offer its beauty to the world of wisdom and compassion. Take good care. See you soon.